Doing recommendations for Disney Plus is sort of a weird thing because Disney Plus has so much content that everyone knows. So if you're going to say, hey, what are cool things on Disney Plus? You don't want to be like, hey, have you seen Star Wars and Pinocchio and The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast? It's like the problem with the Disney streaming service is they almost have like huge things that everyone's seen, but you can't really recommend things as well as like Amazon or Netflix, which I've already done, or Hulu or something like that. So it's like harder to do. So anyway, I did go through it and find stuff, and I am going to recommend stuff. I don't think I'm going to do one where I go like, hey, Zootopia's on there. I'm going to try stuff that are harder to find because I think Disney Plus has a lot more interesting stuff than they're letting on, and I wish they'd sort of advertise on their banner more of the interesting stuff because it does feel a little boring. Although it's on every day in my house while Sophie has her like movie relax time during the day. But I know a lot of parents love it, but there's more to it than just that. So one thing I wanted to recommend that Sophie and I have been watching and make our way through, and we haven't watched all of it yet, is the Little Mermaid animated show. If you have like a young daughter, it's a great show for that. It's actually good with moral lessons. The one with the killer whale I know is a favorite. Nerdwire did a great video about it. I would recommend it. I actually kind of like it for a kid show. I think they do well in it. Princess Bride just got on there, which I think is obviously Princess Bride is great. That just showed up, I think it was this week. I also want to recommend the DuckTales movie. I don't think there's enough love for it. I saw it in theaters and I really loved the DuckTales movie. But I just thought I'd bring up the DuckTales movie because I think it is really great. The short Flowers and Trees. It's one of the classic Disney animated shorts. It's one of the best Disney animated shorts of all time. You should definitely check out Flowers and Trees. It's on there. It won't take you too long and you've seen one of the classic pieces of animation. As well as Willow, which is a favorite of mine. I like Willow. I don't know if how many people like it. It is still a fun action adventure film. It's a good enough of a watch once, and then you've seen it. As well as the Rocketeer. The animated one, to my knowledge, is not on there, and I looked yet when I shot this. But the original movie is, and that's a great movie, sort of making fun of everything from Errol Flynn to the World War II, Hollywood, and everything like that. And it's fun if you like movies. It's fun if you like action adventure films, and it's just a great film, and it's been on there forever. One thing I really like is actually the Mickey Mouse shorts. They started in 2003. The newer Mickey Mouse shorts, those are amazing. There's one of my favorites is the one where they take Mickey Mouse's ears, and then the sound of the short is actually following his ears, and they don't sync up with what's going on. You hear like several blocks away and stuff. That's one of my favorites. I don't know. I love those shorts. So if you ever like really want to get into something animated, I think that's a great one. As for what's on Star Wars, the Star Wars section, I would say the Empire of Dreams documentary is really great. Most people quite like it. It's been a while since I watched it, but I saw that was on there. And if you're looking for something to watch on May the 4th that isn't like one of the movies that you've probably seen a million times, that is a good option. They also have a thing called Star Wars Blips. They were really short animated things they made building up to The Last Jedi. I think those are really good as BB-8 and everything like that. Now, it does have the X-Men animated show, and I'm going to probably recommend that next time. But I think most people know the 90s X-Men show is really great. I think they have X-Men Evolution as well. They don't have Spectacular Spider-Man. But I'm gonna recommend two Marvel shows. One is the 90s Fantastic Four show, which I actually think is really great. I loved watching it in the 90s, and every time the theme song's cheesy, but I think they did a good job with it. I know Clone Wars is great. See, here's the thing. I know Gravity Falls is great, everything like that, but I'm sort of trying to recommend stuff on Disney Plus that's like not talked about as much. And this one isn't. The Silver Surfer cartoon, I know it's mostly famous for the King of the Hill meme, and that is funny, but the Silver Surfer cartoon is genuinely really great. It's very late 90s. There were other late 90s Marvel shows like The Avengers, things like that. But this is really cool. It got big sci-fi writers. It had cool, interesting episodes. It was like overwritten for a kid show in the 90s, but it was really, really good. Courtney says Gravity Falls is great. Watch it on Disney Plus. All right. I'll recommend watch Gravity Falls. You should watch Gravity Falls. It is a great show. If you're watching this and you never have, and you need a Disney Plus recommendation, do that first. Thank you, Courtney. Cheers to you. But I would highly recommend, thank you for that super chat, Courtney. I would very much recommend the Silver Surfer show. If you've never seen the Silver Surfer, no, it's okay, Courtney. I'm sorry. That was fine. It was fine. Good job. I'm sorry to. I feel like when I was shitting on it, you did the super chats. So there's probably this sound thing. So Courtney, you're great. Don't worry about it. But the Silver Surfer show is generally really good. If you've never checked it out, now is the time to do it. You have the time. It doesn't take too long. It's only one season. They didn't get to do more. It has weird early CG animation stuff, but it is a really great show. And if you've never seen that before, I would check it out. Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes is great. Really? I don't know. I was never as into it, but that's on there. So check that one out as well on Disney Plus. That would be cool too. Thank you, Austin, again for a super chat. Disney Plus recommendation. Cheers to you. Alright, so that is it for the Disney Plus recommendations. You really can't do as many because in a way they're not offering as much content. I mean, in terms of hours, I think they're kind of low. It's just they have so much big stuff that you kind of... It's like, it's a great streaming service because you get all these huge movies, but you don't get as much content. They don't have a ton of content. So anyway, those were kind of some like off the beaten path recommendations, a few, and some cool stuff. So if you need something to watch on Disney Plus, why don't you check some of those out?